skiers, it's Bob with skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. Got a Head Oblivion 94 for you today. This ski returns unchanged except for graphics. Definitely fits that slot of that mid-90s, more traditional twin tip. We see a lot of kind of these newer, more progressive twin tip skis coming out with a greater amount of taper, just a different kind of rocker profile. This Oblivion 94 kind of keeps it a little bit old school with a long effective edge, some good positive camber underfoot, full sidewall throughout, and pretty dramatic splay at the ends of the ski. So as a result, this thing kind of feels pretty good on trail as well as in terrain park and half pipe applications. That graphic is a new thing. Personally, I like it when graphics, when the skis are the same color, but maybe you'll find a buddy and trade and you each get, a pair of whites and a pair of blacks. But it's pretty sharp looking other than the fact that it's a little disorienting to the eyes. And that's about all I'll say about that. Otherwise, very strong ski, good performance, sandwich sidewall construction here, full wood core. They use a thicker edge, thicker base. They're putting in these kind of tough wall area, burlier sidewalls, making this thing stand up to some serious use out there on the hill, whether you're, sliding rails or landing big jumps or just kind of kicking around in an all-mountain format. But because it's, a little bit thinner than what we see even in the Oblivion 84, which is kind of a very thick sidewall ski, this thing's a little bit thinner, so it does have a little bit more flex to it. So I think that that's really nice from like a playful perspective, and it's very consistent. So you're getting that same symmetrical flex tip to tail. Excellent for, being creative out there and, switching it up, forwards, backwards, whatever you feel like doing. I think that symmetrical flex works really, really well in this ski. And then just those thicker and burlier components to the ski with the edges and the base and the sidewall, just making it kind of stand up to pretty rigorous and aggressive skiing. But a little bit more, compliant in the tips and tails. That also helps in an all-mountain format for versatility, whether you're bumps, trees, or getting the thing up on a high edge angle to carve a clean turn. And then in terms of that profile and shape, this is kind of where we're seeing that traditional nature start to come through with just, pretty insanely high positive camber underfoot. There's a lot of energy built into the ski. When they're not putting additional materials like carbon or metal into it, they can build energy through the camber. So by shaping it, in this way, the ski wants to return to this shape. So they are building that energy right in there. And then there's some rocker, but not a whole lot. It's pretty low until about here, and that's where you see the more abrupt splay come into play. And that's decidedly more in that freestyle world, but not a lot of taper here. Kind of that, the newer style of twin tips is a little bit more tapered in the shovels. That's kind of delivering a little bit more, just driftiness off of lips and for takeoffs and landings. This thing is a little bit more traditional, and a lot of skiers really like that because you're getting a longer effective edge, and a longer effective edge equals a smoother feel on the snow. So not a lot of taper back in the front or the back, and that's by design. They really want the edge to be on the ski for the most time possible. A little bit less splay in the tail, similar rocker where it's low, 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 and then abrupt at the end. Again, that's kind of that traditional twin tip shape to it that a lot of people really like, and especially if you're using them in a more all-mountain or versatile format. So great job by Head, keeping this Oblivion 94 going. They're extremely useful skis. It's a mid-90s twin tip. There's nothing wrong with that. Has great energy built in with the camber and nice predictable flex tip to tail while being pretty solid underfoot, especially with that vertical sidewall, just delivering a lot of power to the edge, kind of borrowing from more of their race room construction, but using it in a more friendly and creative manner. And make sure you check out this Head Oblivion 94 here at skiessentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.